panabik na tagpo, handang-handa lahat sa paglalaro. Ilabas ang tinatagong talento. Maharlika, walang imposible. Aabante hanggang sa makamit ang tagumpay. Ito ang liga ng bawat Pilipinang Maharlika. Isa lamang ang layunin. Basketballista ang Pilipina. Sama-sama. Ito ang liga ng bawat Pilipinang Maharlika. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng bawat Pilipina. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng bawat Pilipina.
Oras na para maipakita ang mga nakatago na talento ng Pinay. Sa tag-iisa na at pagalingan, handang ipamalas anong kayang ibigay. Kaya-kaya talaga na maipagsabayan. Kabibiliban sa kada laban ng galawan. Sa ganitong larangan, masasaksihan na kakayanan ng ating kababaihan. Dugo at pawis na ang puhunan. Bawat ensayo ay tututukan. Hanggat may oras, hindi susuko. Maglalaro to ng buong puso. Maharlika, Pilipinas, handa nang magpakitang gilas. Ito ang liga ng Pilipina. Takas bandera, walang
Ito
mahina.
ang liga ng bawat Pilipinang Maharlika. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng bawat Pilipina. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng bawat Pilipina. Ito ang liga ng bawat Pilipinang Maharlika. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng bawat Pilipina. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Ito ang liga ng bawat Pilipinang Maharlika. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng bawat Pilipina. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng bawat Pilipina.
Magandang hapon sa lahat na nanonood sa Women's Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League inaugural season. We are currently live inside the ENDERUN Titan Gym sa Taguig City, and our game at hand today is between the PSP Gymmers up against the Galleries Tower Sky Risers for our first one. Pangalawa is the FFPU Lady Tamaraws up against the Philippine Navy Lady Sailors at 6 p.m. And then the last game at 8 p.m. will be between the Pilipinas Aguilas up against the Easy Jersey Relentless. Magandang hapon sa lahat po ng nakikinig at nanonood sa Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Nico Rocha po, kasama po si Justin Alfonso. A third member of our panel, si Renoa Sanchez, na makikita nyo mamaya. And Justin, it's gonna be an amazing Sunday. Definitely, we have a triple header for today.
Yes, another great set of games here sa ENDERUN College, and I'm excited for this first one. Two different teams, pero makikita natin kung ano mangyayari.
Exactly, and tingnan muna natin dito yung currently team standings. Kung nasan yung mga teams na maglalaban today, no? Nasan sila with regards to their placement sa Group A and Group B. Let's take a look here.
As you can see, heading Group A is Pilipinas Aguilas and Discovery Perlas. Both really experienced teams with really experienced players. And for Group B naman, nandito ang UST Growling Tigers. And ang isang team na makikita natin ngayon the first game, si Galleries Tower Sky Risers. Still undefeated, and both games dominated both opponents. Kaya makikita natin kung anong magagawa nila ngayon today, kung magiging 3-0 sila or magiging 2-1.
Tingnan nga natin. So yung una nga nating laban ngayong 4 p.m. is gonna be between PSP up against Galleries Sky Towers. So let's check the previous game. Ano nangyari sa PSP?
Rough night para sa PSP Gymmers against New Zealand Gymmers. As you can see, Stephanie La Rosa, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and Fatima Quiapo also with 0 points in New Zealand with Cristiana Di Maunahan. So they need to step up here tonight. Sila ay very reliable players in their past career. So tonight, if they want to give up a fight here against Gallery Sky Towers, they need to step up.
Yan, bigay muna natin to kay Renoa, the third member of our panel. Meron siyang kukwento sa atin regarding PSP.
Nico, Justin, when we say Gilas Pilipinas players in terms of PSP Gymmers, alam natin na si Sam Harada, pero unfortunately after 3 games, she's still not able to play for the team. At hanggang ngayon ay inaasahan pa rin ng PSP Gymmer na sana ay makalaro siya dahil malaki nga ang contribution nito under the paint for the team. Pero inaasahan naman ng kanilang coaches na magsi-step up si Mikey Antonio at Rosel Dionisio para ngayong araw at punuan ang pagkukulang nito sa kanilang koponan. Nico, Justin?
Salamat doon, Renoa. And Justin, yung may parang Gilas level type of talent ka. You know, everybody else has to step up.
Yes, especially na kalaban nila si Ambi Almazan. So that's a big loss for PSP. Samarada not being able to play, especially for their paint presence.
Pag-usapan na natin ngayon yung galleries and what they did during their last game. A great victory here.
Gallery Sky Risers showing na they're a very dominant team, especially Ambi Almazan. Talagang pinapakita na siya. She is one of the best players here in our league. 21 points, 15 rebounds, 7 steals. That is very impressive. And for Princess Faburuada, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 3 steals. That just shows how good this Gallery Towers team is. Down in the paint, they got 2 really good players, so this is going to be one of those games again for them. They're going to have a really great game.
Let's now give this to Renoa once again. She has something for us. Go ahead, Renoa.
Para naman sa Galleries Tower Sky Risers ay hindi makakapaglaro si Teen Abriam at sabi nga ni Coach ay na malaking kawalan daw na hindi siya nakakasama 4 times sa kanilang training dahil nawala daw ang leadership at competitive spirit ng koponan. Pero inaasahan niya naman na mag-step up si Kamba Kone na 3 minutes nga lang nakapaglaro last game. Let's see if she will perform well today. Nico, Justin?
Thanks for that, Renoa. And actually, Justin, yung tumatak sa akin dito, yung 7 steals ni Almazan, that is, those are some crazy numbers. Tingnan natin if she can replicate it or will PSP give us a shock in this matchup.
Yes, 7 steals in 1 game. That's very impressive. You know, in men's leagues, women's leagues, players average 2, even 1 steals per game. For you to have 7 sa isang laro, tapos may 15 rebounds ka pa, galing.
Let's now give this to Alvin Tañada, our game announcer for the starting lineups.
Magandang araw, mga LIGA. We are here inside the ENDERUN Gymnasium here in Taguig for the continuation of the inaugural season of the 2025 Manny Pacquiao's Women's Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League Invitational Tournament, ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipina. Broadcast live to our social media page, Women's Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, and YouTube channel, Women's MPBL. It's our first game for our Sunday's triple header featuring the PSP Lady Gymmers going up against the Galleries Tower Sky Racers. Time to meet the starters for both squads. First, for the PSP Lady Gymmers. Point guard number 1, Ray Ventura. Center number 7, Andrea Caico. Small forward number 11, Rosel Dionisio. Power forward number 25, Joyce Terenal. And at shooting guard number 9, Francine Helly. Coaching the Lady Gymmers is Terrence Romeo. Assistant coaches, Nick Manuels, CJ Perez, Arne Filipino, Hubert Cali, Tristan Mahente, Arjen Jasanan, Tyron Reyes, Robert Guzman, and Christian Lawrence. Team owner is Imus Apollo Samson. And now let's meet the starters for the Galleries Tower Sky Racers. Breaker number 6, Maymay Kaluto. Shooting guard number 15, Breaker Magdalo. Small forward number 17, Jim Buendia. Power forward number 13, Abby Manzanares. And at center number 1, MB Almazan. Coaching the Sky Risers is Ay Lemonino. Assistant coaches Emilia Vega, Diana Carandao, Ian Mendez, and Camille Ramos. Team manager is Charles Kimpo. Team owner is Miss Jenny Tai. The referees for this matchup, Gucci Eric Lopez. For this umpire, Irish Donovan. Second umpire, Risa Demos. And fourth woman, Micah Balabata. This game is under the supervision of our commissioner, Jaime O.
Our starting five for this first matchup of a triple header. Sa galleries muna, Maymay Canuto, Pringle Fabruada, Ambi Almazan, Abby Manzanares, Jin Buendia. Para naman sa PSP Gymmers, Rain Ventura, Francine Heli, Andrea Caico, Joyce Terinal, and Rosel Jonicio.
Exciting game here for Galleries Towers. Let's see kung they can keep up the dominating performances for their WMPBL season here. Makita rin natin Ambi Almazan kung makakapag-double-double ulit siya tonight.
Marami tayong mga pwedeng panoorin dito in this matchup against Galleries. And Galleries not wasting any time. Justin, sinasabi mo to kanina that they want to strike first and make it quick.
They love to play a kind of, you can say, na run-and-gun style. Galleries Towers, they press all game, they're pressing full court, and they like to push the pace.
Fast break opportunity again for Galleries. Up, and our referee says here it's traveling. Good call by our men and women in black.
Makikita natin ang PSP kung paano sila mag-a-adjust sa play style here in the WMPBL. May mga players naman sila na capable, pero more on like the team chemistry and gluing together and trusting their system needs to show a little bit more here in their game.
Agree there, Justin. At magandang hapon ulit sa lahat ng mga nanonood. Nico Rocha po with Justin Alfonso, Renoa Sanchez here with your panel for the first game today dito sa loob ng ENDERUN Titan Gym. And we got a foul here. Is that a free throw, Justin? Meron ba dito in shooting motion ba dito para sa Galleries?
Parang wala, parang on the floor ang tawag. And kitang-kita natin ngayon the size difference, the height difference between both teams. So PSP needs to box out. They need to make sure they find their woman right when the ball goes up.
Kitang-kita nga dito that Galleries have the size advantage over PSP. Great stop there. But a board going to the blue shirts. And our referee says here that I think that was Almazan was stepping. That's why it's going back to the white shirts.
One player that I really am excited to see kung paano siya mag-a-adjust so far is Francine Heli.
Okay.
Alam natin kung paano siya maglaro here in her alumni ENDERUN. Siya yung star player dito. So parang all season I've been trying to see kung kaya na niyang i-lead yung team niya to a W.
One of the players na abangan nga natin, si Francine Heli for PSP as they go up against the undefeated Galleries Tower Skyrisers. Bang! From way downtown para sa Galleries. They're currently up 5-0.
Buendia's shot, nakita mo yung spin ng bola niya. Very not, I guess, fundamental. Kasi paikot ng...
Actually, okay.
Diba? Hindi siya yung typical na spin on the ball. And it was still a good shot kasi she made it.
Alam mo yung sinasabi ng coaches na basta gumagana, okay na yan, wag nyo na ibahin.
If it's not if it's not broken, don't fix it. You know?
Yun. Tingnan natin dito ulit. Well, nobody was there. And this is brought to you by Evo Performance Helmets. 3-point shot of the quarter. Walang bantay, no? It's more of, di ako sure kung sa scouting nila was to leave her open. But I'm sure pag-uusapan nila yan. And she's definitely not gonna, hopefully, no? If you're PSP, you want to have those adjustments, ganito palang kaaga, para hindi kayo mabaon sa lead.
Exactly. And I think Galleries Towers did a good job there, really penetrating and kicking out to the open lady.
I think dito, Justin, they're going to review no if the stop was to stop a if transition take foul ba or normal foul.
From what it looks like there, merong nauuna na Galleries Tower pabalik. So parang wala pang PSP Jimmer player na ahead of that player. So I think it might be called na, you know, that foul might be, you know, might be called as a fast break foul. You know.
Justin, anong keys to the game for PSP to make this close or maybe give us an upset of the tournament if mangyari?
I think PSP needs to play really good defense.
Okay.
They need to control the rebounds. Yun ang pinaka-importante para sa kanila. Kasi offensively, parang, you know, you could run your offense, you could execute well, pero kung hindi mo masastop ang Galleries Towers from scoring or getting the rebound, they're really gonna have a long night.
Paano naman sa Galleries? Kung mananalo sila, anong ginawa nilang tama?
Galleries needs to just keep doing what they've been doing all season. The last 2 games na nilaro nila, they just need to keep going. You know, follow their system of run and gun, controlling the boards, and making sure Ambi Almazan plays the way she plays. Kasi if you can score 21 points, have 15 rebounds, and 7 steals, and 2 blocks, mahirap i-stop ang Galleries Towers.
And ayun nga, no, mukhang yung foul kanina was a clear path foul. 1 for 2 at the trip para kay Pringle Fabroada. Score right now is 6-0 in favor of Galleries.
As we can see, the PSP Jimmers in a 1-2-2 zone of a sort.
Pero parang
And
di kumana, Justin.
that's something that is always given up pag nag-zone ka is the 3-point shot. Parang you're just letting them, you're letting them have the 3-pointer. Kasi kung magmaman-to-man ka, di yung 3-pointer yung mawawala for the team. Pero pag nag-zone ka, yun ang meron ng kabilang team, yung 3-pointer naman.
Bigyan natin ito kay Renoa. Meron siyang kwento para sa atin. Go ahead, Renoa.
Nico, Justin, hindi lamang tinutupad ng WMPBL ang pangarap ng mga manlalaro pero pati na rin ng mga coaches. Kaya nga sa Galleries Tower Skyriser, ito ay pinagsamang pwersa ng UE at Air Force dahil matagal na raw pangarap ni Coach Ai na makasama sa isang kuponan sa Liga ang kanyang mentor na si Coach Emilia Vega. Kaya naman nang magbukas ang Liga ay kinuha niya na ito agad bilang oportunidad at makikita natin ang long withstanding relationship ng coaches and players as they play in today's game. Nico, Justin?
Thanks for that, Renoa. And ang ganda nga ng mga ganyan story, no? More of, dahil nga meron na tayong Women's Maharlika Philippines Basketball League kay Senator Manny. It's great to see reunions na nakita natin, or that could have been reunions dito sa torneo na to.
Ang saya na maraming dreams ang natutupad dahil sa liga na to. Meron na tayong women's professional basketball. Ang mga babae dito sa Pilipinas, meron na silang pwedeng mapuntahan para ma-achieve yung dreams na to be a professional athlete.
Big advantage right now para sa Galleries. 3 minutes in sa first quarter.
PSP needs to start being a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end kasi medyo yung bola umiikot lang sa taas eh. You know, they need to penetrate, they need to find their teammates and need to start creating for each other.
Mid-range jumper, no good. Secured by Galleries. Oh, almost wide open. Leading to a turnover, a rare one for Galleries.
They were looking for Almazan there, but as Almazan cut in the paint, medyo na-trip ata siya, so hindi siya nakakuha ng good footing.
One of the players to watch for PSP is Cara Buendia. Number 19 on your screens on PSP, former Ateneo Blue Eagle. Played well in the last game. Tingnan natin kung kaya niya ulitin yung laro niya against the Skyrisers. But here, mid-range jumper, no good. Secured by Reino Ventura.
Ventura has been hustling in this whole first quarter here. Kinukuha yung rebound, pinupush yung bola. Pero until now, hindi pa rin sila nakaka-break ng basket kasi yung mga teammates na sa bench, hindi pa rin umuupo.
There, Justin. First shot by Heli is no good. Hitting the board. A jump ball possession here. And let's see where the possession arrow points towards. Babalik sa PSP. And take a look here at the Eurotex Monoblock Power Rebound of the quarter. Rain Ventura.
Rain Ventura was the reason for this jump ball and for them to retain the basketball, and that's the kind of energy that you want from a player. Always hustling, always trying to get the extra possession because that will help your team just gain more opportunities to score.
Meron tayo dito 5 women substitution. Kita mo yun, no? Justin, yun yung mga platoon substitution na dyan mo napapakita na ganito kalaki yung depth ng team namin. If kaya namin i-replace yung 5, agad-agad.
May 10 players ka na trust mo agad. Alam mo yun, na parang if you have 5 players, you could get into the game right away and you know na yung energy and performance hindi magdidip. That, like you said, that shows the depth of the team.
Napalakas doon yung pasa ni Moana Vacaliares. Babalik sa PSP. Hopefully, ito na yung magiging pagkakataon nila para makalagay ng puntos.
Almost 5 minutes into the ball game, still scoreless. Galleries Towers, their defense and their discipline. Hindi sila nagfa-foul pag nagda-drive ang PSP. Just hands up, the help defense is there, but what a pass by Heli.
Sayang. She had great intentions there. Hindi lang na-finish ni Cara Buendia.
Great pick and roll action, great roll by Buendia, and Heli recognizing that the help didn't help over. Kaya good pass, Buendia couldn't just finish.
Still Galleries in complete control dito sa first quarter, midway throughout the game. Bartolo's one of those underrated 3-pointers na napansin ko from the previous game when I covered PSP. Hopefully she can replicate it.
That's what they need to start finding. I think Heli can do a good job finding her teammates, especially na ngayon mukhang naka-zone ang Galleries Towers.
They dare PSP to get their first buckets from outside. So far, it's doing well. Galleries just taking their time here. Wide open, left wing 3. Secured by the blue shirts.
Great hustle there by the Galleries Towers. Kone.
It's a bit of collision under the basket, and I think it's between Cara Buendia and the Cindy Resultay of the Skyrisers.
Buendia trying to get position there for the rebound, and I think she gave a shove to Resultay there.
May baon, may pabaon. Pero yun yung gusto mong makitang fight from your big men when they're battling it out for the rebound. You just don't want to be easily boxed out, di ba, Justin?
Of course, of course. Kaya okay na yun na medyo nagkakainasan na sa paint area kasi ganoon naman talaga if you're a 4 or a 5 in the paint. Talagang pisikalan talaga yan to get the rebound or to get any kind of position in the low post.
Again, top corner, well, top of the key 3, no good. And it's going back to PSP. They get a break here.
One thing I like what the Galleries Towers is doing, especially na naka 1-2-2 zone tong PSP Gymmers. Ang ganda ng ikot ng bola. It goes from one side to the other. And it's always an open three-pointer or open mid-range J for them, which is a really good system to have, especially against a 1-2-2 zone.
Hindi nila pinipilit, no? It's more of they dissect what's happening in the court and then adjust accordingly.
Hindi sila patient sila. Pagdating sa zone defense talaga, kailangan maging patient ka. You look for the better shot or you even look for the best shot, di ba?
Ay, yun siguro isa sa mga rason bakit sila undefeated pa dito sa WMPBL, the inaugural season.
Exactly. Disciplined, they have high IQ, and look at that again, another good shot for them, but just couldn't convert.
Inline yung mga tres nila, no?
Yes.
Kone, just towering over everyone here inside the gym. Attacking from the right side. Scoop layup is good for the Skyrisers. That is by Daph Texon.
Texon finding the gap and the scoop layup. Grabe, ang ganda nun.
And with that, the PSP calling a timeout here.
Look at that layup. Scoop under the defender. Ganda nung touch niya. Perfect layup for the Galleries Towers.
We'll be back after this.
Sa Senado, may tol na takbuhan ng payo. Timon sa mga batas na tutulong sa pag-ahon ng ating pamilya. Walang pagod, tuloy-tuloy, ikay todo.
Nagbabalik po kami dito sa loob ng Enderun Titan Gym. Nico Rocha kasama si Justin Alfonso, Renoa Sanchez, the third member of our panel here sa WMPBL. Kami po ang kasama ninyo sa unang laro between the PSP Gymmers up against the Galleries Towers Skyrisers.
Galleries Towers not letting up on the defensive end. As you can see, 11-0 shows how disciplined and how good their defense is.
I think she was trying to take a charger, but the putback!
Yan ang magiging problema ng PSP kasi ang Galleries Towers has a really big height difference against the PSP Gymmers. So they just need to keep going down in the paint, keep getting the rebounds, and keep going back up with it.
Joel Bartolo finally giving PSP their first 2 points here in this game.
Again, another offensive rebound for Galleries Towers.
Parang nabuhayan yung PSP dito after that talk, and Bartolo taking charge.
I'm liking the energy of Bartolo being aggressive, going fast with the pace, and giving chance for the PSP Gymmers.
Bigyan na ito kay Renoa.
Nico, Justin, if WMPBL can reunite teams, it can also create new enemies or challenges for the players. Nabanggit nga ni Jewel Baltoro kanina na after 5 years playing alongside with Maymay Canuto and Pringle Fabrewada, who is both part of Galleries Towers Skyrisers, this is the first time she will be playing against them in the court. At dahil nga raw dito ay mas lalo siyang na-challenge to prepare well for the game dahil alam nila ang galawan ng bawat isa. Nico, Justin?
Thanks for that, Renoa, and I'm sure sobrang ganado. Silang dalawa, yung mga sinabi ni Renoa na ganado sila. Siyempre, former teammate of 5 years, gaganahan ka, kalabanin sila eh.
Of course, and being familiar with each other, you know, being teammates for 5 years, alam mo yung mga tendencies eh. Alam mo yung gusto nilang tira, alam mo yung mga moves nila, alam mo yung galaw nila, kung paano sila tumira, kung saan yung mga favorite spots na sa court. So, having that, you know, is like a big advantage talaga as teammates.
Oo nga. I definitely agree. Kasi Bartolo siguro yung nagli-lead ngayon sa PSP sa scoring department nila. And she knows how to attack this defense.
Bartolo can be the X factor here for PSP Gymmers para hindi lumala ang lead ng Galleries Towers. Kasi nakikita naman natin sa galaw niya, sa aggressiveness niya, na kaya niyang i-lift tong team niya, kaya niyang i-lead tong team niya. So, tingnan natin kung they can change the momentum here in today's game.
8 seconds at the clock. PSP, they going from way downtown, but didn't hit the rim.
Quiapo is one of those players that I like to see from PSP kasi from their opening game against UST, Quiapo was one of those players that really contributed well for their team.
PSP here getting a steal once again from the right corner. Too strong. Big board for the Galleries Tower.
Hindi lang talaga makakonvert ang PSP Gymmers. May mga opportunities sila makascore. They were able to get the steal. Pero hindi lang talaga sila makakonvert.
Open mid-range jumper, no. But still they get a second shot at this one. 10 seconds to shoot. From the left side, that is good by Sam Paig.
The left corner three-pointer has been the favorite shot of the Galleries Tower Skyrisers. Parang every time na bumababa sila here on the offensive end, they start on the right side and it gets swung or they kick out to the left corner three. So that's something that the PSP Gymmers needs to start watching out for.
Tol makakasang pasa of the quarter para sa Galleries Tower Skyrisers who are way ahead against PSP dito sa first quarter.
12-point lead already for the Galleries Towers Skyrisers early in the game. Let's see kung paano magre-respond tong PSP Gymmers as the defense of Galleries Towers really bothering them, but Bartolo says no.
Siyempre si Bartolo talaga ang magbibigay ng first 6 points para sa PSP.
Makikita natin yung energy ng PSP, medyo nagpipick up na, especially their bench. And once again, another left corner three, pero wala.
Nag-agawan dito ang dalawang teammates sa PSP. Sayang, but there's still time here. 42.5 seconds. Babalik sa Galleries Tower ang bola.
Ang larong basketball is all about momentums, all about runs. So, You know, it just takes one run for PSP to be back in the ballgame. 9 points lang naman to eh. So, and mahaba pa yung laro. So, they just need to adjust accordingly here for the second quarter.
Papansin ko, Justin, madalas na bubuksan yung left wing mid-range jumper para sa Galleries.
Alam na ng Galleries Towers pag nasa one side ang bola, yung PSP medyo hindi na nakakahabol sa kabila eh. Kasi ang bilis nila i-swing yung bola, tapos yung PSP naman medyo nagiging over-aggressive on the defensive end. So pag nag-start sa kanan yung bola, yung buong help side nandun din sa kanan. So pag pa-swing pa lang, nasi-swing agad and open ang left corner parate.
On the other end, Pat Quiapo trying to help out Jewel Bartolo in adding more points on the scoreboard para sa PSB Jimmers.
Quiapo is one of those players, like I said, kaya niyang skumor. She can drive to the basket. She has a jumper. So she just needs to convert. She needs to just find her shot, find her rhythm, and it'll be a big help for the PSP Jimmers.
Makes 1 of 2 here of her shots. Commissioner Heidi Ong here. In attendance as always. Com is always present. No? All games, lagi siya nandun. That's what we want from our leadership here. But again, pag fan ka naman ng Sky Risers, yun rin, nakakatuwa makita yung mga ganun tira na pumapasok.
Exactly.
1 second to go! Just a bit short by Bartolo at the end of the first quarter. The Galleries Tower Sky Risers with a 12-point advantage against the PSP Lady Jimmers with a score of 19-7.
And look at this layup here. Beautiful move. The Galleries Tower Skyrisers just picking up where they left off in their last game against Solar Home Suns. Defensively, just being aggressive, but Bartolo hindi nagpapatalo as she is trying her hardest to keep her team in the game.
Kita-kita tayo para sa second quarter between Galleries and PSP. Magandang hapon ulit sa lahat ng mga nanonood sa Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. This is Nico Rocha with Justin Alfonso and Renoa Sanchez, your panel for today's game between the PSP Jimmers up against the Galleries Tower Sky Risers.
One thing that's positive for the PSP Jimmers is hindi masyado lumobo yung lamang. You know, it's a 12-point lead, pero a 12-point lead is kayang-kayang, you know, i-catch up yan. Basta they need to take it play by play. Defensively naman, yung zone nila medyo need lang nila mag-adjust sa help side. Medyo masyadong nababaon yung help side and one side. So, let's see if Coach Vic Manuel can make that adjustment for his team here in the second quarter.
Second quarter starting here with first possession going to Galleries. Punta sila dito sa poste. Almost a near turnover.
The defense is looking a little bit better here for PSP.
Great drive, mid-range jumper, no good, but the offensive board and the putback almost. And finally, PSP securing the basketball.
Almazan there showing na kayang-kaya talaga rebound.
Tawagan ata dito ng turnover si Mikey Antonio, who was waiting on the other end. Got a bit too excited, Justin.
Yan ang mga mistakes na you can't afford if you're PSP. Lalo na yung Galleries Tower Skyrisers, they have a high conversion rate of turnover. So, if you want to stick into the game, you want to give it a fight, kailangan yung mga turnovers na ganun hindi mangyari.
But so far, PSP bothering Galleries when it comes to getting to their spots. Ooh, look at that extra pass, Justin, leading to an easy bucket.
What a pass by Ronquillo to Almazan. A great cut by Almazan. That's the high IQ plays that you want to see from your players. Almazan realizing that the lane is open, she cuts and gets the open layup.
Shot by Nicole Cancho was all air as Almazan was right there to bother it.
One of the better defensive players talaga to, si Almazan.
Tol maasa ang pass of the quarter, finding Ambi Almazan, no one there to contest her shot. Easy 2 points for Galleries a while ago.
It looks like the PSP Gymmers are in a high 1-2-2 trap zone defense. Pero pinipick apart lang ng Galleries Towers ang mga gaps here as they get the foul and they're back to the free throw line.
At it's Aliyah Ronquillo getting her defender up in the air.
Yan ang mga gusto mo rin makita sa mga players mo na alam mo yung kabilang team medyo aggressive on the defensive. Isang pump fake, isang pass fake, isang shot fake, they're gonna bite. So Galleries Towers notices that and they're taking advantage of it.
Pansin ko rin dito, Justin, that PSP already has 2 fouls. I'm sure that Galleries wants to get them in the penalty as early as they can and convert from the free throw line.
Galleries Towers din, medyo pinipick up din yung pace na sa defense, picking up full court, nagpa-foul na rin. So, hopefully we don't get into the penalty situation and we shoot a lot of free throws, pero we'll see.
I'm sure Galleries just did their homework knowing that PSP has a hard time getting the ball to the other end kapag nagpe-press ka, parang ganun nga. Pero napasobra lang kanina. First team foul on Galleries.
Maraming teams here in the WMPBL na talagang pinapahirapan ng mga point guards dito sa liga natin by pressing. Talagang yan na talaga yung gusto mo eh. If you're a defensive-minded coach, that's something that that's just part of your system.
Let's give this to Renoa. She has something for us. Go ahead, Renoa.
Nico and Justin, if you want to know Camille Ramos of Galleries Tower Skyrisers, all you have to do is look at her arms, which has this amazing tattoo art that showcases her personality. Meron nga siya ditong Star Wars, her favorite dog, Big Bang Theory, Spider-Man, and the verse Philippians 4:13. Ironically, walang basketball dahil hinihintay niya pa raw ang perfect artwork that can encapsulate her love for basketball. Justin? Nico? Justin?
Thanks, Renoa. And wow, ang ganda ng fact na yun about Camille Ramos, ha?
Love the tattoos and, you know, it's nice to see, you know, players' personalities outside the court. You know, alam naman natin na magagaling mag-basketball ang mga players natin dito. Alam naman natin na passionate sila about the game. And it's nice to see what they like outside of it, you know. Seeing, you know, her TV show taste and like her dog. It's cool to see,
As feel ko dyan, Justin, na sobrang mahal at gusto niya sa basketball. Hindi niya ma-simplify in an artwork.
Kailangan perfect artwork daw gusto niya eh. So, sana makuha
Makaisip na siya.
Yeah. Baka WMPBL logo yung mga
pwede.
Dima Unahan is in the game for the first time. Tingnan natin if she can be a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end. Last game, she only took 1 field goal, which is pretty surprising for a player of her caliber, you know?
Oh, former NU Lady Bulldog star. So, I was also surprised dun sa nakita ko na 0 for 1 in 19 minutes. We, or also her fans, Justin, expect more from her.
Exactly. Na, parang, you know, NU is one of the most prized programs in women's basketball here in the Philippines. And, you know, knowing her talent, knowing that she has the star power, let's see kung maybe she's just off on her timing, diba? Medyo 2 to 3 years na rin siya last naglaro sa UAAP. So maybe she's just still trying to get her timing, her feel for the game. And let's see tonight kung magbabago yan.
Sometimes that comes with time, I agree. And the foul here by Queenie Aquino. She was trying to stop the drive of Pringle Fabroada from the left side.
It was a good help coming from the weak side, pero medyo hindi lang siya nag-vertical eh. Feel ko kung nag-vertical lang siya, she didn't try to swing to the ball, it wouldn't be a foul, and I'm sure it would have, you know, it would have been a good contest for her.
Agreed there, Justin. Napansin ko dito, no, we see that Cara Buendia and Francine Heli entering for PSP. Pag pumasok yung isa, ano, no, para silang, ano tawag doon, 1+1 combo. Na pag pumasok yung isa, dapat kasama rin yung isa. I think it's more of the lineups, no, that really work for PSP that they have noticed from practice na nag-translate dito sa ating mga laro.
They probably see the good chemistry between them, you know, and we saw earlier in the first quarter their pick and roll, you know, hindi lang nakakonvert si Buendia, pero ang ganda nung ang pick and roll action nila kanina.
And I'm sure Coach Vic sees that, and the coaching staff, they have seen it from their practices. Tignan natin how they're going to bounce back here in the second quarter and cut this lead.
PSP has a guard-heavy lineup right now with Tagyam, Di Maunahan and Heli. Tagnyam, one of those shiftier guards here in the league. So let's see if they're gonna pick up the pace a little bit more since they have pretty quick guards on the floor.
Gallery just taking their time, finding the best shot possible, natapik. But Almazan able to recover it. Sidestep. Is she about to get her own miss? No. And
Looks like a over the back foul.
over the back foul.
Almazan having a quiet night so far. As you see, there's the foul.
Dito mo rin dito, pagdating talaga sa PSP, you have to do gang rebounding when you're up against a team that's way taller than you.
Talagang even guards on the defensive end need to crash the boards, diba? So, ngayon, itong Gallery's Towers pa rin, naka full court press. So, pero kayang-kaya naman nila Francine Heli baba yung bola from what it seems.
14 on the clock here. You on the right side, attacking the defense. Francine Heli wide open from the left corner. No, Buendia right there. But it was tapped by Galleries, more specifically Jin Buendia. It's going back to the white shirts with 14 on the clock.
From what it seems, the PSP Gymmers are running a triangle offense here. And it's working. They're getting good shots pero hindi lang nakakapag-convert.
Coach Vic Manuel and the coaching staff want a timeout and discuss things over.
Sa Senado, may tol na takbuhan ng payo. Timon sa mga batas na tutulong sa pag-ahon ng ating pamilya. Walang pagod, tuloy-tuloy, ikay todo.
Nagbabalik po kami dito sa Enderun Titan Gym for the first game of a triple header. This is between the PSP Gymmers up against the Galleries Tower Skyrisers, with Galleries up by 19, 26-7 against PSP. And on our screens right now, Coach Vic Manuel giving instructions to his ladies since Terrence Romeo is currently not in the venue.
I'm starting to like how, PSP Gymmers is trying to run their system. Parang tinatry naman talaga nilang i-run yung system. Pero, yun nga, yung pag hindi nila nakuha yung first option ng play nila, medyo they steer away from, other options na meron sila sa sistema nila.
Heli, no look pass, or rather, she was trying to thread the needle to Cara Buendia, but it was just a bit off to the right.
I don't think Buendia was expecting that pass. Good look from Heli kasi ang ganda ng position ni Buendia. Buendia was closer to the rim than her defender. The defender was behind her. Good look pero hindi lang siguro ina-expect ni Cara Buendia.
Kone prefers at mid-range. She already attempted 2 shots from that area. Heli almost losing the basketball but she retrieves it. An errant pass almost leading to a turnover. Babalik sa PSP yung bola.
Kone just the height difference for Buendia and Kone. They need to start looking inside for Kone here in the second quarter since alam naman natin mismatch nightmare to si Kone for Galleries Tower Skyrisers.
Pero papansin ko, Justin, she prefers to get her shots sa mid-range. No? Hindi siya masyado na tumatambay sa paint.
Alam mo, ang daming players na matangkad na dapat nasa loob ng paint pero gustong-gusto nila mag 3-pointer, mag mid-range, diba? They're not looking inside the post for some reason.
That's the new basketball already, no? Mas prefer na lang tumira sa 3. And I have no problems with it. I love it when teams shoot from the 3. Napalakas lang doon yung tira ng Galleries. Babalik sa PSP. Sees a gap in the lane. Almost an offensive board. Another stop for Galleries.
That Yum is a quick player. Ang bilis niya.
Oh, yun na hinahanap mo, Justin. Kone deciding that I'm not gonna take a shot. I'm just gonna drive it.
If I was playing for PSP Gymmers and I saw Kone driving down the lane, I might not even step over para mag-help. Diba?
Or mag-duty, take foul ka na. Hilahin mo na bago mag-drive. Because I thought that was gonna be easy 2 points, but good thing that somebody from PSP was able to swipe it and disrupt the shot of a certain Kamba Kone.
Kone being that height and being able to penetrate to the rim just the way she did. It shows yung skill level ni Cone.
It's gonna be a long afternoon para kina Cara Buendia and the rest of the big men para sa PSP, considering of the heft that Galleries has.
That's when you want to ask help from your guards to cash the boards, diba?
Yeah.
Kung kaya mong mag-box out ng players mo, ng defender mo para lang matulungan yung mga bigs sa baba.
The trap worked, or rather the press, leading to a steal here. Galleries, a mid-range jumper, hits back rim, and the ball just rolling into the basket.
It's one of those nights for them. Talagang lahat ng itira nila, papasok talaga. May friendly bounce, may shooter's bounce. Just shows the kind of luck they have here tonight.
This time from way downtown, PSP still no. Rebounded here by Cindy Resultay.
Good look for PSP. Having a wide open shot like that is a good sign on the offensive end. Hopefully lang, it starts going in for them.
Still PSP showing the zone, but Galleries continue to break it. Once again, that is Cindy Resultay. The board from the other end and a bucket on the other.
Resulta is one of those key players off the bench for Galleries Towers. She can score. She's instant offense para sa kanila. And PSP Jimmers na naka 1-2-2 zone pa rin, that inside mid-range J will always be there.
It's a power rebound of the quarter brought to you by Eurotex Monoblock. That is by Pringle Fabroada, ending the possession for PSP during that sequence.
Ang mahirap for PSP in their 1-2-2 zone. Nakita natin si Resultay nakakuha ng bola sa high post. Pag nag-help sila, si Cone open. Pero pag hindi sila nag-help, si Resultay open naman. So it's a very hard situation for them on the defense.
Heli taking matters into her own hands, driving from the left side, breaking that drought, Justin. I believe it was like 2-3 minutes of no scoring from the end of PSP. Let's take a look here one more time. The Bavin power play of the quarter. The right scoop layup by Heli, challenging the defender, but she says, no problem, I'm gonna get my bucket.
Heli fearless as she takes on Cone with that layup, you know. Yan ang gusto mong makita sa mga gritty point guards mo. Not scared of the help defense.
Kita mo yung gusto nila maibigay kay Buendia, but just not that time. Lucky break for PSP there with the fast break of Galleries, now resulting to a basket, but they get a second chance here. Left corner shot. Cone securing it, and finally on the third try, it goes in.
Cone just gonna be a mismatch nightmare. Nga, like sinabi natin kanina, kitang-kita naman natin, Heli tried her best to get the rebound against Cone, pero hindi nag-prevail.
Kailangan mo ng tatlong tao doon, at least Justin, just to snatch the ball away from her.
Buendia needs to... Her job is hard tonight. Yun na lang masasabi ko.
Mahirap talaga.
Mahirap ang trabaho ni Cara Buendia tonight going up against Cone.
4 seconds on the clock para sa PSP. They are down by 24 against the Skyrisers.
Yung depensa talaga ng Galleries Skyrisers, medyo nahihirapan talaga yung PSP Jimmers mag-execute ng play nila. Kasi very disciplined sila eh. Yung hindi sila nagfa-foul, hindi sila nagre-reach, hindi sila nagtitake ng risk by trying to gamble for a steal. Talagang they're just there. They're staying locked in on their defender, and their help defense is always on point. Pati yung switching nila eh. Nagsiswitch sila, pero ang galing nila mag-switch kasi alam na nila agad na magsiswitch sila. So, yung PSP Jimmers talaga, walang no room for air, diba? Parang nahihirapan talaga sila mag-isip and try to get any opportunities on the offensive end.
Agree there, Justin. Tapos dito rin sa Skyrisers. Again, nag-platoon substitution sila. You talk about consistency na sinabi mo nga kanina na despite having 5 people change, parang walang nagbago. They are well aligned kung anong kailangan gawin sa basketball court.
One page tong Skyrisers. Alam nila kung ano yung sistema nila. Alam nila kung anong kailangan nilang gawin. And it just shows kung paano sila mag-practice, diba? Kung dito sa game, ganito na sila maglaro. I'm sure sa practice,
Mas intense.
Ganun din ginagawa nila.
Speaking of intense, Ambi Almazan, still consistent as ever. Double screen for Heli.
Great job there by Heli. challenging the hard show of Skyrisers.
And Almazan just using her quickness and finesse to get that basket. Renoa, something for us. Go ahead, Renoa.
Francine Heli of PSP Gymmers, an alumni of Enderun, who is very much familiar with this very gym, mentioned that she feels very nostalgic as it reminds her of her training days during college. Pero dagdag pa nito na nagkaroon daw siya ng surge of confidence as she entered into today's game, which the team very much need right now. Nico, Justin?
Thanks for that, Renoa. And of course, magkaka-confidence talaga si Francine when you go back to your roots. Ito yung lugar na you practice hundreds of hours, if not thousands, before you went pro.
Tsaka gamay na gamay niya siguro tong mga court dito sa Enderun. Kasi kung yun nga, thousands of hours here, thousands of reps here, I'm sure alam niya kung ano yung mga favorite spots niya dito sa court na to.
Speaking of favorite spots, si Ambi Almazan rin parang alam niya na saan niya kukunin yung mga baskets niya, which is just the shade under the free throw line. If she's not getting those mid-range jumpers, she's getting fouled.
Ang ganda nung spin ni Almazan. When she drove to the right, the help defense was there. She takes a pound dribble, spins off the bump. Ganda nung reaction niya, ang ganda rin ng mga moves ni Ambi Almazan. Parang alam mo talagang veteranong veterano at magaling na basketball player talaga.
Alam mo si Ambi Almazan reminds me of like a Tim Duncan, just getting to her spots. She gets those double-doubles, pero in a quiet manner, di ba? Yung magugulat ka na lang, 21 and 15, 21 and 10. Parang ganun yung nakukuha kong feels pagdating kay Ambi Almazan.
No flashiness about her
No
game.
flashiness, tama.
Pero ang fundamental,
Yes.
everything she does, tamang galaw lang, hindi siya yung, she doesn't tire herself out by dribbling too much or being overly aggressive. Parang, she always just is at her own space. Hindi siya nabibilisan, hindi siya, basta laro lang niya yung nilalaro niya. And that's the kind of game talaga that you expect from a player like Ambi Almazan.
And if you're led by a player like that, there's a reason why 2-0 kayo ngayon, why you're undefeated and currently winning in a high margin against teams that you have faced so far dito sa WMPBL.
Already up 26 points dito sa larong to, and it just shows na championship caliber team tong Galleries Tower Skyrisers. Kung kaya nilang bumunot, like we said, 5 players at a time and have that full substitution, makikita natin, yan ang kailangan para sa championship team is to have that kind of depth.
Shot clock violation para si PSP. Parang Justin, pansin mo, 3 beses na sila ata nahuli ng shot clock violation ngayong second quarter. Mas migpit pa ata ang depensa ng Skyrisers.
Kailangan ng PSP Gymmers to recognize the clock. Meron namang shot clock sa both rims sa taas, and that usually is the point guard's job to be able to recognize kung ilan seconds na lang ang nasa shot clock.
Anyone from Gallery just getting their way here up to the basket. That is Kat Sandel this time. Disciplined defense here for Galleries, almost leading to a steal. The drive on an and one for Queenie Aquino.
Ganda ng move ni Queenie Aquino there, and a good job by PSP Gymmers finally executing that play really well. As you can see, the pick and roll action happened on the right side. Nakita nila nag-help agad dun sa roller yung defender ng Galleries Tower. So of course, the high end of the court will be open, and as we can see, Aquino with the layup that was caused by their pick and roll action.
Oh, almost a near steal there. The Galleries with 15 seconds on the clock. Oh, that no-look pass resulted to a turnover. Here comes Bartolo again. The drive and almost an end one for Jewel Bartolo.
Bartolo there, good job recognizing na yung Skyrisers di pa nakabalik sa depensa, and she took it all the way to the rim and draws the foul.
Bartolo, who scored the first 6 points for PSP today, looking to add more to her totals. She will definitely will be relied upon in the second half as we head towards that in a bit.
Nice shooting stroke from Bartolo. Kanina nakita natin yung 3-pointer niya, and right now we see her at the free throw line. Ganda nung release niya, ganda nung form niya.
1 for 2 at the trip for Jewel Bartolo. 7 seconds here. Galleries recognize the clock. They give it to Almazan. They offer a 3 off to the far right, but no problem for the Galleries. Our Skyrisers. They are currently up 38 to 14. Laban sa PSP Lady Gymmers dito sa loob ng Enderan Titan Gym. That is the end of the first half, pero tingnan muna natin to.
Ganda ng drive na yan. And you can see the aggressiveness talaga of Gallery, Skyrisers, Towers. They're not letting up. 38-14 na agad dito sa first half.
Kita-kita tayo for the second half.
Ito ang liga ng bawat Pilipinang maharlika. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng bawat Pilipina. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng bawat Pilipina. Panapig na tagpo, handang-handa lahat sa paglalaro. Ilabas ang tinatagong talento, maharlika. Walang imposible, aabante hanggang sa makamit ang tagumpay. Ito ang liga ng bawat Pilipinang maharlika.
Oras na para maipakita ang mga nakatago na talento ng Pinay. Sa tagisan at pagalingan, handang ipamalas. Anong kayang ibigay? Kaya-kaya talaga na maipagsabayan. Kabibiliban sa kada laban ng galawan. Sa ganito larangan, masasaksihan na ang kakayanan ng ating kababaihan. Pugo at pawis na ang puhunan. Bawat
Sa Senado, may tol na takbuhan ng payo. Timon sa mga batas na tutulong sa pag-ahon ng ating pamilya. Walang pagod, tuloy-tuloy, ikay todo.
Ito ang liga ng bawat Pilipinang maharlika. Ihanda lahat sa paglalaro, ilabas ang tinatagong talento. Maharlika, walang imposible. Aabante hanggang sa makamit ang tagumpay. Ito ang liga ng bawat Pilipinang Maharlika. Isa lamang ang layunin. Basketballista ang Pilipina, sama-sama. Ito ang liga ng bawat Pilipinang Maharlika. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng bawat Pilipina. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng bawat Pilipina.
Oras na para maipakita ang mga nakatago na talento ng Pinay sa tag-iisa na at pagalingan, handang ipamalas anong kayang ibigay, kaya-kaya talaga na maipagsabayan, kabibiliban sa kada laban ng galawan, sa ganito larangan masasaksihan na ang kakayanan ng ating kababaihan.
Dugo at pawis na ang puhunan, bawat ensayo ay tututukan. Hanggat may oras, hindi susuko, maglalaro to ng buong puso. Maharlika, Pilipinas, handa nang magpakitang gilas. Ito ang liga ng Pilipina, taas bandera, walang
Ito
mahina.
ang liga ng bawat Pilipinang Maharlika. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng bawat
Nagbabalik po kami dito para sa halftime ng PSP Lady Gymmers up against the Galleries Tower Skyrisers. The score is 38-14 in favor of Galleries Tower Skyrisers. And let's take a look at some of the first half highlights.
Francine Helly with that beautiful layup, challenging Kone. And etong Skyrisers talaga showing the dominating force na meron sila. Pero itong PSP Gymmers naman, nakakakuha sila ng mga opportunities to score. As you can see right there, Aquino with an end one play. Pero PSP still not having enough fight here. PSP Gymmers only 17% from the field, 9% from the three-point line, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, and 14 turnovers. Yan ang kailangan nila i-cut down if they want to still be in this game. And Sky Risers, 39% from the field goal, showing na they're very efficient on the court. And as you can see, leading scorers, Almasan with 9, Resultay with 6, Faburada with 5, and for PSP, Bartolo heading the offensive fight here for PSP Gymmers, Aquino with 3, and Heli with 3 points as well.
That's the current storyline para sa first half ng labanan natin dito. The first one of a triple header inside the Enderun Titan Gym for the WMPBL inaugural season. Mamaya at 6 p.m. will be a matchup between the FEU Lady Tamaraws up against Philippine Navy Lady Sailors. And at 8 p.m. will be between the Pilipinas Agilas versus the Easy Jersey Relentless. So maraming pang-upuan dito para sa mga gusto manood. Kitang-kita nyo naman that the gym is spacious enough for those who are interested to watch the games. Free admission. I urge you guys to come here. Especially Sunday naman. Sakto talaga, Justin.
Maganda yung mga laban natin here tonight in the Enderun Gym. And right now, the Gallery Skyrisers is still showing na sila talaga one of the best teams here in the WMPBL. And right now, points off turnovers, 13-2. Makikita natin talaga na PSP Gymmers, if they turn over the ball, more likely than not, ang Galleries Towers, they're gonna convert. So that's one thing to watch out for if you're PSP, is make sure that you take care of the basketball.
We resume third quarter action here inside Enderun. Step back 3. No. Secured by the white shirts. And Justin, if you're a PSP, what, aside from the turnovers that you want to cut down, no, ano pang gusto mo makita sa PSP in order to get back in this game?
Just for me is the rebounding. They need to keep rebounding the ball or rebound the ball better. Kasi alam naman natin tong Sky Risers, if they get more opportunities to score, you know, the more this lead will go back up. So the PSP Gymmers need to take care of the ball. Once na alam nilang miss yung tira, they need to go and crash the boards right away.
Jin Buendia making PSP pay for not guarding her outside the three-point line. Pero yun din, no, napansin ko, Justin, that PSP is daring galleries to shoot from deep. Pero that's been what they've been doing the whole first half.
And it just shows na hindi mo pwedeng iwanan ng mga players ng Sky Risers because they could score inside, they could score outside. So you just have to contest every shot that goes up for Sky Risers.
You see there, Cara Buendia getting fouled as she tried to reverse scoop the layup. Take a look here one more time.
Buendia is going to be one of the players here in the second half. They need her to have a strong second half. They want to cut down this lead a little bit kasi she's one of the lone 4 or 5 positions down low for PSP. And, you know, and alam naman natin ng meron si Ambi Almasan, meron si Kone ang Sky Riser. So she needs to step up big if they want to trim this lead down a little bit.
2 for 2 at the line for Cara Buendia. And I agree, Justin, that she will... she's only one of the few players from PSP that can combat the heft of the front court of the Sky Risers.
You can see PSP Gymmers a little bit more aggressive on the defensive end. Pero tong Sky Risers, hindi natataranta. Relax lang sila.
Tulak dun si Almazan as they were doing their best to keep her off the paint. But I think that's a foul on the floor. PSP. Board from Almazan.
If you're Cara Buendia, one moment you're guarding Ambi Almazan, the next moment you're guarding Kone. Parang tomorrow might be a sore day. Cara Buendia, she's going up against really physical players that are very aggressive getting the rebounds.
That is the 9th rebound of Almazan. She currently has 9 and 9, but there, a mid-range jumper for Galleries.
Ganda ng pull-up Gallery Sky Risers, but itong PSP Gymmers, since they're in a tough spot, I think they just can't at the score. You can't let yourself get too pressured.
Meron siyang kwento para sa atin.
Nico, Justin, kanina nga during halftime ay ramdam ang tense air sa koponan ng PSG Gymmer. Isa ngang factor dito ay dahil wala ang kanilang head coach na si Coach Terence Romeo dahil raw may lagnat ito. Nabanggit pa nga ni Coach Vic Manuel na wala raw energy at wala sa focus ang kanyang mga manlalaro. Kaya pinaalalahanan niya sila na wag magkanya-kanya for the remaining quarters. Nico, Justin?
Thanks for that, Reno. And sometimes simple lang naman yung mga kailangan mo bigyan na instructions for your players na para mabuhayan, Justin. And see there, almost a bucket for Chris Tolentino.
One thing that's frustrating if you're a coach is pag nagsasarili na ang mga players mo. Kasi pag nagsasarili na yung mga players mo, hindi na nagiging cohesive ang sistema mo. So that just shows na parang ayaw na magdepensa ng mga players mo kasi parang feel nila hindi sila nakakuha ng shot nila, hindi nila nakahawakan yung bola kasi yung some of your teammates na one-on-one na parate. So for you to have a good cohesive effort, dapat lahat nakakahawak ng bola, they need to feel involved in the game. Kasi kung if you don't feel involved in the game, you're not gonna have that same kind of effort on the defensive end.
Mahirap kasi pag na-check out no, Justin, pag hindi mo nahawakan yung bola in a way, kahit hindi mo naman intentionally na mangyari na ayaw mo mag-defense, unintentionally parang naging gano'n yung body language. Feel mo kasi disconnected ka sa laro, di ba?
Parang ubay siya ng offensive player. So, you know, for Coach Vic Manuel, you know, parang alam naman natin ang personality ni Coach Vic Manuel. It's a very competitive player, so I'm sure he's a very competitive coach then. And it takes a little bit, especially if your coach is Vic Manuel, you're gonna listen to what he has to say, diba?
Definitely, all-star in where he has played. And this is the Evo Performance Helmet, 3-point shot of the quarter. While on the other hand, Maymay Canuto with a 3-pointer a while ago, just adding to the woes of the PSP Lady Gymmers here. This is now the biggest lead that we have seen so far here in the first game.
Both first and second quarter, the Sky Risers held the PSP Gymmers to a single-digit output on the offensive end. So, talagang makikita natin yung depensa ng Sky Risers talagang nandun. And for PSP naman, talagang nahihirapan sila mag-execute, nahihirapan sila makascore. Even though, like we said, may opportunities naman sila nakukuha pero hindi lang talaga sila makakonvert.
Rare uncontested layup for PSP. Converting on the other end. Galleries with the drive. Great stop by the Lady Gymmers. Finally, some positive things here happening in sequence.
They just need to convert. You know, nakaka-stop sila. They just need to convert. And we could see there a great steal.
The Bavin power play of the quarter. And I believe that is Pat Quiapo got the steal and the bucket on the other end.
Coverage, no, si Pat Quiapo is gonna be one of those players din for PSP na alam natin nakaka-score siya. Alam natin she can score inside and outside. So parang yan ang pinaka-importante for the PSP Gymmers, to get her involved, to get Bartolo involved. And let's see kung makakuha sila ng puntos eh.
Quiapo, double team, finds an open teammate, almost! So far, mga shots sila sa tres, no, Justin, just not going in.
Good looks, open looks, pero hindi lang nakapag-convert ng PSP.
And they've only made one this quarter. And an offensive foul is called on Cam Bacone. She cannot believe it.
Good job by Aquino holding her own down low right there, as you can see. Oh. Definitely a foul there from Cone, seeing the swing there. Some refs might call it, some refs might not, pero kitang-kita naman doon, foul naman talaga.
Very tricky yun, no, Justin. Sometimes, yun nga, kasi sometimes you do that to create space. It wala namang intention. I'm sure Cone has no intention. It's just that sometimes her size gives her a bit of a disadvantage against her smaller opponents.
Especially na she's trying to be aggressive down low. Minsan nga, like you said, nangyayari lang naman talaga yun. You're trying to get space, you're trying to spin off your defender, and just resulted in a foul.
Halfway mark here in this game. Shot from downtown, no good, hits the back rim.
Hindi tumalon si Cone para kunin yung rebound na yun eh.
Hindi niya kailangan tumalon, Justin.
Tinaas lang niya yung mga kamay niya, nakuha na niya agad yung bola eh.
That one off to the far right. Secured by number 14, Nicole Cancho of the Lady Gymmers. Hoping to find other contributions, but Pat Quiapo says, I got this. Their second three of this game.
Quiapo looking good here in the second half for them. Already matching their scoring output from the first two quarters just here in the third. So let's see kung this is the momentum that they've been searching for all game.
Getting some good sequences here from PSP. Galleries trying to counter with a three of their own. No, but they secure the second chance opportunity.
Sandel doing a great job creating for her teammates. Being able to drive and kick out and being able to attract the defense in a way na makapag-create.
To try to counter her size disadvantage against Cone.
If you know you're, playing against somebody that's taller than you, and especially when you're boxing out, pag nararamdaman mo medyo nagiging over-aggressive na, you try to, for me at least as a player, I would act. I would not flop, pero ipapakita ko lang like, na-push ako kasi, di ba? Pero usually naman hindi.
Ooh, I like that footwork from Chris Tolentino.
Great move from Tolentino, being able to convert again on the offensive end here for PSP. Medyo ginaganahan na sila. So let's see kung on defense din makakuha sila ng stop.
One of their better quarters, no, Justin, based from sa nakita natin sa first two.
A little bit more cohesiveness sa offensive end nila. Medyo tinatrust na nila yung sistema nila ngayon, and they're creating for each other, and that's what you want to see from your team.
Ang ganda ng fake handoff na yun from Quiapo, almost leading to a bucket. Just unfortunate, it had to roll off.
Very Isaiah Thomas half spin fake handoff, good pull up, di lang na-convert. Pero that's what you want to see. The PSP Gymmers nagkakakumpiyansa, so yan lang ang kailangan nila para makakuha ng momentum here sa larong to.
Sa kabilang dulo naman, ang tawagan ng 3-second violation, offensive 3 ang Galleries. Tingnan natin dito yung footwork ni Tolentino a while ago, getting the bucket for the Lady Gymmers.
Almost an ankle breaker situation in the low post, di ba?
Rare yun, rare yun.
Rare makita yun. Usually, top of the key, makikita natin yung mga ganun. Pero dun, low post, munti ka na ma-ankle break.
Pansin mo rin dito no, na si Pat Quiapo has been their secondary ball handler aside from Heli, which is so far working. Although they're just not getting the ball into the hoop. Unfortunate.
Great horns set action there from the PSP Gymmers. And Aquino, great recognition seeing the weak side cut. Pero hindi lang sila makakonvert.
Lefty hook shot for the Sky Risers, maintaining some sense of control here in the third quarter. They're still up big though, 48-23.
Ito na naman yung horns action ng PSP Gymmers that's been working for them. Quiapo really heading the fight here on the offensive end but misses that three-pointer.
Good look there, but just short. And resulting to a fast break opportunity for the Tower Sky Risers, which prompts a timeout for the PSP Lady Gymmers.
Ganda ng pasa ni Rosoltay. Seeing ahead of the pack and making sure she finds her teammate, and a good finish by Texon.
Saktong-sakto yung harap niya, resulting to a bucket. Timeout on the floor.
Sa Senado, may tol na takbuhan ng payo. Timon sa mga batas na tutulong sa pag-ahon ng ating pamilya. Walang pagod, tuloy-tuloy, ikay todo.
Hindi na naabutan. You can see here, Willie Miller is in the Enderun Titan Gym. Abangan nyo siya for the second game. Kasi siya yung magiging part of our panel mamaya, and it's gonna be fun. You know, whenever Willie Miller has the mic or has the headset on, you know it's going to be a show.
One of the best players to ever play in the PBA. Like we said, two-time MVP in the PBA and the oldest league in Asia. Excited to see what he has to bring here to the WMPBL. Definitely tuning in for me.
We're back here for the third quarter. 1:50 remaining here. Nico Rocha with Justin Alfonso and Renoa Sanchez. Yorp to bring you this coverage of the WMPBL.
Ito ang makikita natin ngayon, yung PSP Gymmers. Medyo nawawalan na ng momentum na nakuha nila kanina.
You know that the galleries have to bring in the big guns with Almazan scoring like she never left.
Almazan already with 11 points here in this game. Like we said earlier, no, very quiet 11 points.
She's a double-double already, Justin.
Double-double already. Talagang, like we said, Tim Duncan-like game
Duncan
style.
game. Yeah, nothing flashy. Just gonna get to her spots and the 2 points that you require from her each trip.
Galing ng player, and you know, for PSP Gymmers, I think one thing they could just focus on going forward in this ball game is to try to cut down the lead and not really pressure themselves na, oh, ang laki na ng lamang nila. Pero this is a good opportunity for them to try things, to try to improve on the things that they need to improve on, and really try to see kung sino yung mga players na pwede na lang madala moving forward here in this season.
Pass of Heli, a bit too high. Unable to secure that basketball is Nicole Cancho, who was there in the paint.
The PSP Gymmers really relying heavy on that horn set that they have. And let's see if they can adjust a little bit more here. And it looks like it's an unsportsmanlike foul.
I think there's more of trying to stop that transition for PSP as they're trying to take the foul. But somebody was already there. Oh, okay. I understand why. Well, the initial foul call was a unsportsmanlike foul. Pero tingnan natin dito, Justin, ano ba yung final na magiging review ng ating mga referees.
One thing that, you know, the PSP Gymmers, they're trying to see and what they can do, yung pagbalasan ng players, kung sino yung mga perfect combinations nila sa team nila, and who can they put together to have a better performance. And let's see the replay here kung ano yung nangyari. It looks like when Dia grabbed the arm, and maybe that's the call na nakita ng mga referee natin.
Oh, unsportsmanlike foul pa, di ba? So, hindi naman pwede transition take kasi meron naman nauna. So, tingnan natin ano yung... So, unsportsmanlike foul nga. It's more of...
Upon review, unsportsmanlike foul is called on number 17.
Okay. Gejin Buendia nga. So, there's gonna be 2 free throws and a possession para sa PSP Lady Gymmers.
Perfect opportunity to put another 2 points on the board here for PSP and try to get another 2 or 3 points when they get the possession back. So could be a 6-point up to a 6-point swing here for them. So let's see kung makakapag-convert sila.
Nicole Cancho at the line. First free throw is good. And this is the first time that PSP has scored in double digits in a quarter. First 2 quarters, it was 7 points and another 7 points. Then now they are at 11 and scoring 11 points so far with 35 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
That's a good sign for PSP na medyo nakapag-convert na sila here sa quarter na to. Pero for Skyrisers, it's you know, it's not a bad thing na nakapag-score sila ng double figures. Pero, you know, a caliber of that team, you know, if you want to win a championship, small details like that will matter.
And the quotient system tayo dito, Justin, no, pagdating sa seeding. If ever some teams have the same record, titignan nila yung quotient system na how much they won by this game. It will be all total para pagdating sa pagdetermine na playoff seeding.
Playoff seeding is very important, especially if, you know, you're going to be one of those teams looking to play in the championship round, you know, like pag you're already up against a tough team early in the playoffs, you know, hindi mo rin masasabi, mahihirapan ka, mapapagod ka, and, you know, you might run out of fuel going into the next round. But if you're a strong team like Gallery Skyrisers, being able to have a game na alam mong kayang-kaya mo yung kalaban mo, it's going to be a good advantage for them.
So Joyce Terenal making 2 of her free throws. And you see there, a great stop for PSP, doubling Ambi Almazan at the right wing.
We see there Ambi Almazan stepped away from her usual gameplay, you know. She got a little bit flashy there and caused a turnover.
Ball was kicked. Should go back to PSP with 8.4 seconds remaining. Tingnan natin how they're going to execute in this last play for the third quarter. Again, another foul is called on Galleries. They are in the penalty already, Justin, which means PSP is heading to the line for 2 more free throws.
They need to take advantage of this, being in, you know, in the penalty situation. They need to start to draw more fouls para they can get more opportunities at the free throw line.
At the line for PSP is Nicole Gancho.
Gancho stepping up here in the third quarter for PSP Gymmers, being able to convert a few shots but misses that free throw.
She misses the first one. One more for Gancho.
Let's see, last 5 seconds here. Let's see kung anong gagawin ng Skyrisers out of this free throw situation.
1 for 2 at the trip for the Lady Gymmers. Trap again. Almazan with the ball. 2 seconds remaining. Not sure if they're aware of the time. They are not, but no problem as the Tower Skyrisers with a 25-point lead against the PSP Lady Gymmers. They are up 52-27 as we head to the final frame. Justin, let's take a look at this one.
A great three-pointer there by Buendia. Buendia is one of those players again here in this game, stepping up, and Aquino for PSP really spearheaded yung offensive momentum nila dito sa third quarter. And look at that move by Tolentino, a low post ankle breaker almost here in the third quarter.
We'll see more of that in the fourth quarter.
Sa Senado, may tol na takbuhan ng payo. Timon sa mga batas na tutulong sa pag-ahon ng ating pamilya. Walang pagod, tuloy-tuloy, tigay todo.
Ito ang liga ng bawat Pilipinang maharlika.
This is your Hotel Sogo family fan of the quarter, and a lot of people currently enjoying their Sunday here inside the Enderun Titan Gym. And of course, Willie Miller is also there. Saying hi. I think it's Willie's family here.
Excited to see Willie Miller here in the WMPBL. I'm excited to hear what he has to say here in the second game.
Oo nga, so lahat naman nakikinig ngayon na si Willie Miller will be part of the panel sa second game, and that is gonna be between the FEU Lady Tamaraws up against the Philippine Navy Lady Sailors. So abangan niyo yan live on Facebook and YouTube.
FEU Lady Tamaraws are one of those stronger teams here in the league. Ang ganda ng sistema nila, ang ganda ng play style nila, and it's gonna be exciting to see what the UAAP teams do here in the WMPBL.
Fourth quarter here inside the Enderun Titan Gym. PSP Galleries. Almost a near steal. Great fake. A pass to the right corner. Short. Secured by Almazan.
Great look there by Queenie Aquino, kicking out to the opposite side after a pick and roll, knowing that the help defense is on her, and just couldn't convert that three-point shot.
Ooh, a great step back for Galleries. But you see here, Justin, PSP doing a gang rebounding style to secure that basketball.
Great hustle by Queenie Aquino, saving the basketball and earning this possession for them, for the PSP Gymmers.
Helly telling her teammate where to pass the ball. Almost a steal by Galleries. Lucky break there for PSP. They have 8 seconds remaining in the clock.
Bit of miscommunication there between Ventura and Aquino. Akala ni Aquino kukunin na ni Ventura yung bola off a DHO, pero si Ventura naman mukhang gusto mag-backdoor. So, a little miscue there, pero something that they can adjust on, especially here in the fourth quarter and in practice.
6 seconds on the clock. Helly trapped, had to give it to Ventura. Ventura not aware of the time. And you can hear that their teammates already counting down, right, Justin? Rinig natin dito sa dulo eh.
Fourth shot clock violation for the PSP Gymmers here in this game. Kanina pinag-usapan natin kung bakit kaya nangyayari yun. And usually, the point guard's job is to know and to recognize the time on the shot clock. And kanina sinasabi natin na sa bench, kahit nga sa bench, walang nagka-countdown. Pero at least ngayon,
narinig na natin. You're shouting it.
They're shouting the shot clock now. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign. And hopefully they can adjust. That's the fourth one. So hopefully the fifth one, they can adjust.
One of the more consistent players here for PSP checking in, Pat Quiapo, as she's been helping out in the scoring department, also in bringing down the ball. I think it's a clean swipe by Galleries. Almazan leading the break. 3 versus 1. No problem for the Sky Risers.
Ganda nung pasa ni Almazan to Resultay. Almazan and Resultay, the 1-2 punch of the Sky Risers. Great fast break there.
Quiapo almost giving us a Steph Curry-like range. Oh, look at that recognition that their teammate was right behind. Helly, the smallest player on the court, getting the rebound.
Great effort there by Francine Helly, but Sky Risings there may just have overpassed a little bit kasi si Resultay, pwede na niya na-layup yun eh. But good unselfish decision there by Resultay, but just couldn't convert.
Bigay muna natin ito kay Renoa. Meron siyang i-report para sa atin lahat.
Nico, Justin, despite the scoring difference, the coaches of PSP Gymmers is still enjoying and having fun on the court dahil nabanggit nga nila na nakikita na nila na bumabalik ang team, kaso nga raw medyo huli na, pero inaasahan nila na magpapatuloy ito samantala. Para naman sa Gallery Tower Sky Riser, gusto nilang iwasan ng mga foul, pero sabi ni Coach Diana na ang goal daw talaga nila ay tight defense, kaya naman medyo nag-iingat lang sila dahil kapag natawagan daw sila ng mga referee, kahit onting dikit lang daw. Nico, Justin?
Thanks for that, Renoa. And kita mo yung yung priorities ng teams, Justin, with Galleries, knowing that they could do better on the defensive end.
That's when you know talagang kayang-kaya ng team na mag-championship kasi they care even in games like this, diba? Na alam mong lamang na lamang kayo, pero ginagawa niyo pa rin yung best niyo.
That was a power rebound on the corner, brought to you by Eurotex Monoblock, going to the PSP Lady Gymmers, and they need more of those if they are to have this monumental comeback in the fourth quarter in the Enderun Titan Gym.
I like how Quiapo has been really setting the tone offensively for PSP Gymmers. Pag nasa loob siya ng court, medyo nakakapag-execute ng maayos ng PSP Gymmers.
She's definitely been taking charge. Quiapo again from 3. You see that release, no, Justin? It's right there. Napapalakas lang talaga.
Ganda ng tira niya pero hindi lang talaga nakapasok yun. In and out. So parang it's just one of those unlucky nights for her.
That is a Pringle Fabroada against 4 white shirts.
Back-to-back baskets by Fabroada. One of those scorers din for Skyrisers. Parang, you know, ang hirap kalabanin tong Skyrisers kasi ang dami nilang offensive weapons. Eh, no?
Jewel Bartolo from 3. And I think PSP is falling in love with the 3-point shot na Justin. So far, dito sa napapansin ko sa fourth quarter.
Parang they're just settling at this point, you know, settling for the 3-point shots instead of driving into the basket. Pero, you know, it's hard din eh kasi yung Skyrisers defensively, ang galing nila humelt, mas matangkad pa sila sa PSP Gymmers. So parang no choice but to take the 3-point shot.
Look at the Bavin power play of the quarter. Once again, Fabroada showing that even though there are more than 4 people inside the paint with her, it doesn't matter. She's gonna get a bucket.
Kone back in the game here for the Skyrisers. PSP Gymmers just can't get a break down low. Parang Fabroada lumabas pero si Kone naman yung magre-replace, diba? Parang mahihirapan talaga sila down low.
Almost leading to a turnover there in Quiapo.
Galing ng defense ng Skyrisers. Pag pick and roll action, hard show sila agad eh. And pag nag-hard show, nahihirapan talaga yung guard. Unless magaling yung guard na i-challenge yung hard show na yun, mahihirapan talaga sila na to look for the open woman.
Hindi makakita ng magandang magandang tira yung PSP pagdating sa 13 minsan because of those hard shows. And that also comes with the practicing defense, always being what do you call this? You're aligned with one another kung anong gagawin nyo sa court.
Parang most teams talaga may defensive scheme when it comes to the pick and roll action, you know. It's either you ice them, it's either you hard show, or you switch, or you just follow, or you go under. Pero tong Skyrisers, parang kahit sino yung gumamit ng pick and roll, parang hard show pa rin eh. Diba? Hard show pa rin every time. So, it just shows na parang may game plan talaga sila. Alam na nila yung gagawin nila.
I agree there. And ito nga Justin, Pat Quiapo, very consistent from what we have seen from her throughout the entire game.
Pat Quiapo has been the more steady point guard for the PSP Gymmers. You know, she scores, she creates. Parang she does it all for her team.
Babalik dito sa PSP Lady Gymmers ang bola after a successful trap on the Skyrisers on the other end. If you're PSP Justin, you just want to end strong and perform better in every quarter that you play in.
You just moving forward, you just want to, you know, see the improvements of your team. Kasi nakikita mo naman dito na parang every quarter nag-i-improve yung play style na parang mas nagiging komportable sila sa loob ng court.
Open shot from downtown is good. That's Jin Buendia.
Buendia, good-looking stroke from the 3-point line. Parang very stretch for yung feel niya sa game.
Ooh, I like that move from Pat Quiapo. Not only can she shoot the 3, she can also sidestep and nail that floater.
Pat Quiapo is one of those steady point guards talaga na kaya mong i-rely yung offensive responsibilities too. Parang kaya niyang i-set up yung mga teammates niya to run the play. Tapos pag wala na, kaya niya ring score for herself, for her team. So, you know, moving forward for PSP Gymmers, seeing na may Pat Quiapo sila, it's gonna be a good thing for them.
3-point shot of the core brought to you by Evo Performance Helmets. Jin Buendia pinapakita sa atin na hindi lang siya komportable sa loob, sa labas rin pagdating sa pag-score para sa kanyang kapunan.
Kone at the free throw line, Skyrisers talaga, just a deep lineup, no? Deep lineup sila, and you know, moving forward in the next few games when they go up against the stronger teams like USD, makikita natin, dun sila matetest for the first time, and dun natin makikita kung ano yung capabilities talaga ng Galleries Tower Skyrisers.
Gone, 2 for 2 at the line. And she has the stroke with Justin. The fact na ang una niyang mga tira dito sa laro na to is a mid-range jumper. You know that she trusts her shot.
And for a center to have the inside and outside game is very crucial in today's
Yeah,
game.
for sure.
Parang kaya sa loob, kaya sa labas, and how the game has revolutionized to become a 3-point heavy game. So for her to adjust like that is going to be great for her career.
And Quiapo here losing control of the basketball, leading to a kickball at babalik sa Skyrisers.
Let's see here for Skyrisers, medyo nagiging sloppy sila ng konti here in the fourth quarter. And, that's not what you want to see if you're the coach of the Skyrisers. Kasi, you had a strong start, you're having a dominating game, pero for you to get a little bit sloppy and undisciplined in the last few minutes of the game is something that you just don't want.
I think there that Bernardo was trying to find a cutting teammate, but it was just a bit too late. Her teammate was on the other end already when that happened. But parang nagkakaamuyan naman sila doon. Alam nila yung ano gusto nila gawin.
Exactly. Parang alam naman na nila na
ganun dapat yung mangyayari.
Yung cut, alam mo yung cut na nandun. So, just a miscommunication again.
When Quiapo lets go of a shot from a 3-point line, always looks good. It's just a matter of how close it is to the rim, right?
It's always a straight line.
It's always a straight line.
It's either kakapusin lang or medyo na overpower lang, pero always a straight line from Quiapo.
Bit of a wild shot coming from Jin Buendia there. She already made a couple of shots from downtown in this game, so you know that she has the green light to let it fly from anywhere.
Parang alam naman natin sa Skyrisers, most of their shooters parang green light eh. Kasi
Green light
parang kumpiyansa sila tumira eh. Parang, and most of the time, ganoon din, straight line din yung mga tira nila.
And also, Justin, if you're up this big, it's you have the green light to shoot some of those threes. May it be contested. You have proved to your coaches that you can nail it, so why not? 14 remaining in the shot clock here in this game. Or rather, in this possession for the Skyrisers. This time, once again, from 3. This time, it's Fria Bernardo.
Parang kahit sino yung hugot nila sa bench, kayang-kayang score.
Masingan natin dun sa practice sila, dun sa layup line dapat. Sa tres, left wing, right wing. For Galleries, nagka-practice sila sa harapan natin kanina, diba? So you see na, okay, mukhang 3-point shooting team. So everybody's everybody's making their threes a while ago.
Tapos yung parang warm-up pa lang nila, lahat pumapasok na eh. Na parang kumpiyansa talaga tumira tong Skyrisers.
Tama ka dun, Justin. And see here, tawagan ng 3 seconds ang Skyrisers. Tawagan ng technical rin ang Gallery since the referee was asking for the ball, and in frustration, si Jin Buendia just pounded the ball a bit high, and that they called that anywhere, hindi lang dito.
Minsan talaga as a player, it gets frustrating if you're not playing the way you want to play. So, minsan talaga ganun yung nangyayari, and sa practice pag na-frustrate ka, usually you bounce the ball hard, pero siguro nakalimutan lang niya na bawal dapat dito.
Oh! So it's an unsportsmanlike foul and a technical foul na natawag dito.
And I guess she's out of the playing court.
Ayun, kaya that's why Buendia had to be replaced. So di maunahan. That's what we're trying to look for her touch, right? So maybe she could get it here at the free throw line.
Hopefully this can be the start of her momentum here in the WMPBL. PSP Gymmers, like I said earlier, may players sila na kaya. May mga players na offensively kaya nilang score, kaya nilang mag-perform. It's more of just like gelling as a squad. Parang may si Quiapo, very steady point guard. Meron kang Tagyam, meron kang di maunahan. So if they all just start to gel and start to really play as a team, they could turn around their season, you know. Maaga pa naman ngayon sa inaugural season natin. So it will just take a lot in practice, and it will just take a lot of cohesiveness for them to really turn things around.
Di Maunahan makes that first free throw, and for what I know with Di Maunahan, she is one of the shooters back then with the NU Lady Bulldogs. That's been her role. And I'm assuming that's going to be her role here with the PSP Gymmers. And hopefully it all trends up from her from this game.
Coming from a very decorated program like NU, you know, so for her to have that kind of experience, that can bring a lot to the table here for the PSP Gymmers.
Ganda talaga ng pick and roll action pag si Heli yung nag-facilitate. And we see there, Nicole Cancio, a bucket from the mid-range short stab to make it 36 points for the Lady Gymmers.
Magagaling itong mga guards ng PSP Gymmers eh. Magaling sila gumamit ng pick and roll, magaling sila mag-find ng mga rollers nila. So, they just need to keep going to that.
This time, Alia Ronquillo, Justin, they love the top of the key three, right?
And you know, kitang-kita doon, bank shot na nga yung nangyari doon. So parang alam natin, gano'n na talaga yung laro nila ngayon, na parang lahat na lang ng tinitira nila pumapasok.
Actually, favorite na, hinaharap nila yung spot na yun. Nabubuksan rin naman. Di Maunahan for 3. Ayan, sinasabi na nga natin, Justin, that she is a shooter, getting her first 3 points here in the WMPBL in the left corner.
That's what we need to see from her a lot more. Kaya-kaya niya yun. So PSP Gymmers needs to start looking for that, as that three-pointer by Di Maunahan. Nothing but net. Ganda ng release for ni Di Maunahan.
Renoa, something here for us. Renoa, go ahead.
Nico, Justin, kahit nga lumabas si Jin Buendia ng Galleries Tower Skyriser, ay hindi pa rin mawala ang positive energy of the team. Sumisigaw pa nga kanina si Pringle Cabrawada na i-enjoy lang ang game at wag mawala sa focus ang kanilang koponan. Kaya naman before the timeout, they're regrouping as they come up to today's win. Nico, Justin?
Thanks for that, Renoa. And despite losing a key player like Jin Buendia, they are more than capable of holding down the fort whenever she's out of the floor. No? But you see there, great cut, just got fouled on the way to the basket. And that is going to be Alia Ronquillo at the line, making her first free throw.
Grabe yung pasa ni Sandel. One hand whip pass. Grabe ang ganda ng pasa niyan. Highlight play yun.
Once again here, the Skyrise are showing us their class, stamping it all over the floor in their third game in the WMPBL. They're on their way to a record of 3-0 with 1 minute and 32 here in the final quarter. Tingnan natin, tawagan ng 5 seconds, but almost. Justin, I was also counting down.
1 minute left to go. Nagpa-press pa rin tong Skyrisers. Walang let up sa defensive end and even on the offensive end as well.
Ganun talaga, Justin, since again, if may similar record kayo with a different team, the placement or the seeding of the teams are determined by a quotient system. That's why you have to go hard till the final buzzer.
Every point matters, no? Talaga pag quotient system ang rule here in the WMPBL.
Di Maunahan with a great closeout from the Skyrisers, preventing her from shooting that 3. On the left side, they have a lot of those shots, no, Justin, na kala papasok, tapos lalabas lang at the final second.
Si PSP Gymmers, parati ganun yung mga tira nila. In and out.
In and
very closest. Tapos itong Skyrisers naman, lahat na lang pumapasok, di ba? Parang opposite na opposite yung araw nila here.
Ito, again, ayan, so right on cue, no? This time it's Camille Ramos. Everybody just contributing from downtown.
One of those nights talaga here for the Skyrisers. Anything they throw up will go in. And for PSP Gymmers, it's been just like that all night for them.
And the Galleries Tower Skyrisers just wasting time here. They need to take that shot since yun nga, no, this is the quotient system. And with the final buzzer, the Galleries Tower Skyrisers winning by a lot against the PSP Lady Gymmers, 74-39.
Another dominating win for the Galleries Tower Skyrisers, making it known na Sila talaga ang one of the favorites to win it all here in the WMPBL, and another rough night for the PSP Gymmers. But meron mga glimmers of positive naman ang PSP Gymmers.
Yeah, exactly. Nakita natin dito the PSP Lady Gymmers have been improving from their debut 3 games ago to now. Although just facing tough opponents like the Galleries Tower Skyrisers, they definitely learn from it and be able to bounce back hopefully in the next one. So the final score here, the Galleries Tower Skyrisers with 74 points. Your PSP Lady Gymmers with 39 here in the first game of a triple header inside the Enderun Titan Gym for the Women's Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. And Justin, ano bang nakita mo dito sa Galleries on how they got this lead and never looked back?
I think just them always following their system. Parang never silang nag-steer away from, you know, the usual play style that they have here in the WMPBL, and just having players na kahit sino hugutin nila sa bench, ang ganda ng nilalaro. So for Galleries Towers, it's more on just improving what else they need to improve on, and making sure they stick to their game plan.
Now for PSP, it's more of they were able to cut down their turnovers. We have seen improvements when it comes to bringing down the ball. A lot of silver linings as well, right, Justin?
Yeah. For PSP, Queenie Aquino has been a bright spot for them, you know, making sure that they follow their system. Ang ganda niya magdala ng bola, ang ganda ng mga leads niya sa pick and roll, and she was really the best thing for them here in today's game.
Yeah, and we got some glimpses of Jewel Bartolome as well from 3. We were also able to see Pat in a revelation, considering that this is the first time we've seen her bring down the ball and able to score as well. But let's now give this to Renoa Sanchez. She'll be interviewing the player of the game.
Our best player of today's game, the one and only Ambi Almazan. Ambi, congratulations. Clearly, it was a team effort that lead you to your win today. So, how was it very important to you, the team effort that you showcased for tonight?
Sobrang halaga ng team effort namin ngayon. So lahat ng training namin everyday simula nung wala kaming game, nagbigay ng magandang resulta para sa amin. So lahat nag-contribute, lahat nagbigay ng effort. So ayun, nakuha namin yung magandang results.
Ambi, baka may gusto kang batiin at pasalamatan na sumusuporta sa iyo ngayon.
Binabati ko si Karen Trinidad, hello, at saka lahat ng sumusuporta sa Galleries Tower. Yan lang po.
Once again, congratulations for that spectacular performance. Our Eurotex most trusted player of today's game, one and only Ambi Almazan. And now I'll turn you over to Nico and Justin.
Thanks for that, Renoa. And si Ambi Almazan nga, Justin, her stat line is always full. Hindi lang siya double-double. You also get those 3 steals. That's a follow-up from the 7 steals she had last game.
Ambi Almazan just continues to prove that she is one of the best players dito sa WMPBL, and I'm excited to see kung ano pang magagawa niya for the rest of the season. And like we said, always stat line full for Ambi Almazan.
Coming up next is the FU Lady Tamaraws up against the Philippine Navy Lady Sailors. Huwag kayo aalis, live on both Facebook and YouTube. Once again, my name is Nico Rocha with Justin Alfonso, the third member of our panel, Renoa Sanchez. See you all next time. Good evening. This is the Women's Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
Ito ang liga ng bawat Pilipinang maharlika. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng